Filip Jørgensen is set to be the new Chelsea goalkeeper. In the words of Enzo Maresca, for sure, the way we want to play, the goalkeeper is very, very important. One of the main positions. I don't want to talk about other players that are not Chelsea players, but I'm very happy with Robert. But it looks like Chelsea have bid for Villarreal's goalkeeper, 22-year-old Filip Jørgensen. And I'm going to try and give you a comprehensive, unbiased view on his strengths, weaknesses, and why he would fit into Enzo Maresca's system. Firstly, I just want to look at what exactly is a modern-day goalkeeper in possession. A modern-day goalkeeper is essentially another outfield player, creating overloads in the first build-up phase, taking part in the build-up phase with passes, distributions, and receiving the ball. So it means from a tactical perspective, the goalkeeper is crucial in creating overloads to create an extra man and therefore play out the back. But it also means that he's got to be good with the ball at his feet, have good vision and good accuracy. So what they're like out of possession? Well, in formative years, it was all about just stopping the ball and defending the goal. But these years, they have a much higher starting position, acting as almost like a sweeper keeper. So the task were running out the box, clearing the ball, just trying to defend any ball that may come in behind. Just quickly, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. If you are new here, my name's Antonio Mango, and I analyse, scout, and go a deep dive into the playing styles of all the best upcoming talents in the world. So make sure you hit that like button. And if you enjoy this video at the end, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As always, let's start with a background view on Jørgensen. Well, he was born in Lomma, Sweden. He was born to a Swedish mother and a Danish father. So he actually plays his youth international football for Denmark. After starting out for Sweden, played for Sweden under 16s and under 17s, and then he moved to Denmark under 21s, where he is at the moment. At academy level, he played for Malmö's academy, Santa Catalina, before playing for Mallorca's academy, and then moving to Villarreal, as he is now, in 2017. After impressing at youth level, he was promoted to the reserve team in 2020, where he made his senior debut in the 18th of October 2020, which, after impressing again, he renewed his contract until 2025. Then it didn't take him long to make his Villarreal senior debut. On the 15th of December 2021, he came on as a second-half substitute in a Copa del Rey game. Then his La Liga debut came on the 30th of January 2023, but it was a season after where he really propelled himself as Villarreal's #1 keeper. In the 2023-24 season, he became their #1 goalkeeper, but he also excelled, making the most saves in La Liga with 143. So what do we know about Jørgensen, and why does Maresca want to bring him into Chelsea? Well, he's a commanding presence, standing at 6'3", and he's particularly good shot stopper, and he's got excellent reflexes. And that goes to show in his saves in La Liga last season, finishing with the most saves in the league. But for all his good reflexes and his good shot stopping, it's the skill with the ball at his feet that's attracted interest from Maresca. The youngster is a perfect example of a modern-day sweeper keeper. Confidently kickstarts attacking movements by bringing the ball out the back and playing through the lines, but he also ventures out of his box really well to mop up any long balls or loose balls. This ultimately will allow Chelsea to press and push up high the pitch, winning the ball back in the opposition's half and helping them with quicker transitions. This messes perfectly with Maresca's style of play, where his philosophy is pressing higher up the pitch, creating overloads in certain areas to drag opposition out of their position. Youngster is extremely composed, cool, and assured with the ball at his feet. He has an impressive 62% success rate with his longer passes and a sensational 99% success rate for shorter passes. So his ability to initiate plays from the back is evident. And those stats alone suggest that Jørgensen could fit well into a system that values goalkeepers is a first phase playmakers. His average pass length also underlines the preference for longer, more direct distribution, potentially open up quicker and more effective opportunities for his team to counter-attack. What I really like about him is the composure he has in his own ability with the ball at his feet. He entices the opponents to press, and this creates larger angles and more room to play out from the back. So he always looks to find the free man when he's moving the ball out the back. So he's excellent at freeing up a teammate. So what I mean by that is he remains calm and allows the attacker to pressure him. He's always looking to free up a teammate. And what I mean by that is he's so composed that he allows pressure to come into him. And this allows him to play out from the back, either with a short pass into feet or a longer pass into feet. So his distribution technique is characterized by his ability to accurately distribute the ball to teammates using his feet and his hands. When he's using his feet, it involves longer passes with pinpoint accuracy. Getting a 62% pass accuracy on your longer balls is brilliant. And on the other hand, he's very good with his hand distribution as well, releasing the ball dead quickly with precision and targeting teammates that are in more advanced areas. These two techniques combined showcase his versatility and his ability to initiate counterattacks. The more impressive is the variety in his distribution. His longer passes have landed in different areas of the field, some towards the left-hand side, some towards the right-hand side, and some centrally. But what's best about it is some have come inside his own half, and some of the longer distance ones have been accurate in the final third in the opposition half. Rock of their rhythm. So what I mean by that is when an opponent's cautious and drops off, he has the ability just to recycle possession and be part of the recycling possession by showing for the ball and freeing himself up to receive the ball. But if an opponent is pressing heavily, he's got the technical ability and the awareness to execute longer balls. So the fact that he's so composed and competent on the ball to play out from either foot allows him to be less reduced in the angles he plays, but he can also play shoulder passes under pressure or help his teammates out of trouble with longer distance passes. So that's exactly why Maresca is looking to fit him into his system, because Maresca needs to create overloads when they're looking to play out from the back, because it allows Chelsea to beat the first and maybe second line of pressure more comfortably. When he's looking to sweep the ball up, he's got the ability, the composure, and the vision to find a teammate rather than just clearing the ball out of play. Doing this allows Chelsea to launch an attack at their own point of transition, and it also means that they can attack the opposition when they're not in shape either. What's he like in his shot stopping? Well, he uses his sizable frame very, very well. He opens his body up, which I love. When an opponent is one-on-one, he tends to use his hands more than he does his feet to make saves. So Alisson uses his hands more than his feet. De Gea uses his feet more than his hands. He's more like Alisson when it comes to shot stopping. What I like about him, especially in one-on-one duels, he stands tall for as long as possible, and his reaction speed is one of his biggest strengths. So when coming out in a one-on-one duel, he stays on his toes for as long as possible, and he stays perfectly weighted balance. This allows him to react either way. And that just goes to show for his composure. He's never flustered in these situations. He always is positive, he remains balanced, and he keeps himself big. Positioning, his awareness, his reflexes make him a really difficult opponent to beat, especially from distances, but also close range targets as well. Also shows good decision making when he's covering angles and closing down the goal in the ground for the attacker. He's a reflex goalkeeper and has extraordinary reflexes. You'll often see him making double saves. He's that good, that quick, and that quick to react. He's finished with the most saves in La Liga this season with 143, but he's also finished with the best save percentage as well. Around Europe, he made the most saves out of all under 23 players with 147 143, despite facing the fourth most shots against him in Europe with a 205. He also finished third out of all under 21 goalkeepers in Europe this season with a save percentage of 72.2%. Bulka, who Chelsea were also linked with, finished with 77%. That is slightly higher, but he faced 100 less shots than Jørgensen. So if you're looking for pound percentage, Jørgensen's on top. He's identified his prowess in saving longer shots, but he's also exhibiting excellent reflexes from closer distances. He excels in his positioning and understands the correct angles to close down an opponent when they're through on goal. Goalkeepers need to remain focused and concentrated, and Jørgensen certainly does. He positions himself superbly in the penalty area and ready for anything that can occur. Very direct and quick off his line, using fast acceleration skills. In fact, he had the second most defensive actions outside of his penalty area in Europe from all under 23s with 36. That's only behind one player, and that is James Trafford. So his ability to play as a sweeper keeper is crucial because it allows Chelsea's defenders to push up higher, forcing higher turnovers for quicker transitions. When it comes to diving and shot stopping, he's quite remarkable. He sharply adjusts his body. This allows him to get low, sharp and quickly. He's very well-rounded in his shot stopping. He reads the flight of the ball, but is also patient in his diving, allowing the striker to shoot before he makes a decision for the striker. Jørgensen shows a lot of potential. He can be a very, very good goalkeeper. However, he is incredibly raw and he's not the finished article. There is a lot of stuff he's got to polish up on. Firstly, his initial shot stopping is good, but he needs to be more savvy in moving the ball away from goal. You'll often see him parrying the ball with a weaker hand, especially when he goes to his left-hand side. He looks more comfortable dropping to his right-hand side, where he controls the ball a lot better. Whereas to the left-hand side, he looks to fumble and parry the ball, and he does that, putting it back into danger, and this allows the opposition to react. If they react quicker, they've got an open goal to score, so that is something that will have to be coached into him to move the ball away and time his drop down when he's going to save a lot better so he can time the release of the ball away from goal. Secondly, commanding of his area. I don't think it's as bad as some people are making out. Some people are making him out to seem weak and not commanding, but the stats suggest that he's actually not bad on it, but there is room for improvement. Jørgensen actually faced the most crosses in Europe last season with 650, but he had the second highest prevention rate, so he stopped the second most crosses out of all under 23 players in Europe's top 5 leagues last season. That tells me that the potential is there. He looks like he wants to do it, but there is times where he needs to be stronger, more physical, and believe in himself a lot more. And finally, his penalty saving. It's not great. He needs to be more savvy in what he does. Sometimes he dives too early and almost makes the striker's choice for him. Whereas he needs to show more composure, relax a bit more, and generally look to see where the striker is going to be putting the ball. But these are weaknesses that can be improved. And remember, he's only 22 years old. So granted, there will be mistakes. There absolutely will be. But being a goalkeeper, you're going to make mistakes. Show me one goalkeeper that has never ever parried the ball out in front of him. But as far as first full seasons in the senior football go, Jørgensen was incredible. And his attributes suggest that it does fit well with Maresca's system. It's difficult because he is a good goalkeeper, but there is potential and room for improvement, absolutely. So there you go, guys. There's the end of the episode. And I hope you've enjoyed this video because it's the first time I've really spoke about a goalkeeper. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another episode. And as always, I really appreciate your time watching. And until the next time, thank you very much.